All right, Sean Zattel, FightHype.com here with Joe Smith Jr., rated in the top 8 in the whole world in both the WBC, WBO, and the IBF. How you doing, Joe?
Feeling great.
Joe, what did the Jesse Hart? I know you're coming off that win against Jesse Hart. What's that done for your confidence right now?
It was a big win, and I needed it coming off a loss, and I just want to continue that win streak, and you know, just go for that world title.
What do you feel like you're improving right now, fight to fight?
Um, I just been improving on my movement and being loose and just being sharp and staying busy. Just getting away from more punches and moving a little more.
Is it hard, being in the style of being a pressure fighter? Is it hard to come to the ring with that style each and every time, knowing you're the guy who's got to make the fight and go forward?
Yeah, so I'm just working on some new things, so I'm not always engaging and always looking for the knockout.
Um, but what'd you see from Alvarez, specifically in those two Kovalev fights? What'd you think of him?
I thought he looked pretty good in the fights. Noticed a few things I picked up on that I'm going to try to take advantage of. I'm just got to stay busy and just be aware of his right hand pretty much.
Well, a lot of people they say he has good boxing ability too, but you feel it's really just the right hand that you got to watch for, or
Yeah, from what I see. Yeah, I don't think. I think he's a great fighter, and it's definitely going to be a tough match. But I think he'll pull this one out.
how you think your youth plays a role in this fight?
I mean, I should be younger. I mean, faster, stronger. So,
Well, you think even him, getting around 37, that they say the legs are the first thing to go. So if he can't move that, if he has to stay in front of you, you think that helps you all the more?
I mean, I think he knew what he was coming up against, and I believe he trained very hard for this fight, and I believe he's in the best shape he's been in his last few fights. So we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Where you get that strength from, man? You take a great shot, throw hard puncher, very strong.
I was just born with it, man. Just born a tough guy. Not strong.
Yeah, they don't make them like you anymore, huh?
No, the first time I stepped in the gym and hit somebody, that was it. My father was like, "Yeah, you got something special. You got to stay with it."
Was your father a labor guy too, a union guy as well, or?
For a little bit, he's always done the tree work, and he was a wrestler and football player and stuff back in school.
Yeah, well, I know you wore like the Irish colors a few times on your trunks, and I know you're from Long Island in New York. That's kind of a long line of just tough guys, right? Is that right?
Yeah, just tough guys from Long Island, New York. I'm grew up in a pretty tough neighborhood, but not too bad.
Well, you're right. I think I saw your dad hit the bag once. He was strong as hell. Or it was your trainer. I don't know if your trainer and your dad's the same guy, but
No, different guys.
but are you still working, doing some labor jobs, working with the unions?
No, I haven't worked with the union. I keep my book up to date, so I can go back to work whenever I choose. But I opened up my own business. I got the tree company. Well, me and my father opened it together, and it's going pretty well. So I do that, and just train. And when I'm training for a fight like this, my father is running the business.
What's the business again, Joe?
It's Team Smith Tree Service.
You guys cut down trees and
Yeah, remove trees, trim trees, make sure they're healthy. That's pretty much it.
so boxing's allowed you to kind of have maybe not a easier life, but a better life, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It set me up with a business, and I got something to fall back on. But this fight here, I got to get through it, and it could be life changing.
Yeah, well, how do you see this fight ultimately playing out with Eleider Alvarez?
I mean, I'm gonna give it everything I got, man. I have to win this fight to continue my career. You know, I just gotta remember that. You know, I want to put on a great show for everybody. Come out with my hand up and move forward to the next fight.
And I know you said you're working on things in the gym so that you don't just gotta always go for the knockout. But if it does come down to having to take one to land one, like you did in the past, are you still?
But yeah, if he wants to stand there and trade with me, I'll definitely do that here and there.
And well, but just back to working though, is it how much easier is it to do that hard work being your own boss now instead of working for someone else?
Um, it's great, you know, having the tree business. You know, like I said before, if I can't be there, my father's there running it, and you know, I just pop in and I do some work here and there, and then I just you know watch the crew, make sure everything's going good. You know.
Show them how it's done sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I wanted to ask you about Artur Beterbiev because he's this like yourself strong guy that no one really wants to fight. What would you think about fighting him? Should you get past this
I mean,
fight?
I would love to get past this, you know, win the world championship, and then I'll be up for a unification match for sure.
Did you see that fight he had last where he unified with Vosdick?
Yeah, I watched it.
What'd you think of?
The tough, strong guy, man. He just keeps coming forward. So, you know, but I got that power shot just like him, where I could stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, I mean, for both of you, you guys would have to be one of the few guys willing to just engage all night with the other, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, that would be a tough match. Definitely, for sure.
It'd be interesting to see who's the stronger guy out of you two. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to see that myself.
And but lastly, Joe, it's been almost 4 years since you beat Bernard Hopkins. What do you remember about that fight?
It was just a great experience. You know, I was in there with a legend, you know, a guy who's well known, and it it definitely, you know, got my name out there and recognized, you know, from stopping him the way I did.
What do you remember about him in the ring? Just what you had in front of you.
He was definitely a crafty guy. He was, you know, very slick. You know, he had a lot of ring knowledge. You know, if I made any mistake, he made me pay for it. I remember my trainer just telling me to keep my hands up and move away from the ropes and don't throw anything lazy. And one time, at one point, I sat on the rope and I threw a lazy right hand, and he hit me with two right hands. So, yeah, so it was, you know, definitely a learning experience.
Was he still slick? I know you said crafty. Was he still slick even at that age? Kind of.
Yeah, he was definitely a slick, you know, crafty guy. You know, it was a good fight.
Were you when you knocked him out at the time? Were you maybe still a little angry because even though he's this legend, you guys had some, he talked at you before the fight, or was it? What was your feelings when you got the knockout?
Oh, I was just happy I was going home with the win. You know, yeah, I don't hold nothing against anybody here. It's all talk and whatever, you know, whatever these guys got to do to motivate themselves to get in there. You know, me, I'm the opposite. I just like being quiet and going in there and doing what I could do.
Yeah, just and just to sum that up, what do you? I mean, what do you think about that being? You were the guy that kind of retired him. You were the last guy to share the ring with him. When you get time to look back on that, how are you
Well,
going to feel about it?
it's a great feeling, and you know, but I would really like to become a world champion to, you know, prove that he fought one of the best guys, you know, at his age in the division, and you know, went pretty far with him.
So it sounds like you're not content with that being the yeah the
Yeah,
defining.
when I become a world champion, then that fight will be more meaningful, I believe. But you know, although it'll still be there forever, you know, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and everyone's going to know that I stopped him in his last fight. So I'll be recognized in the Hall of Fame just because of that reason.
Hey, Joe, thanks so much, man. This Saturday, it's a great fight with you and Eleider Alvarez. Really appreciate your time today. Anything else you want to say to boxing fans before you let us go?
Yeah, man, that's it. Just tune in and watch me get in there and get my win.